Today, we have just one day to explore Busan, one of South Korea's most beautiful coastal cities. From colorful neighborhoods and stunning beaches to seafood, temples, and incredible ocean views. But with only one day, can we actually experience the best of Busan? Well, let's find out. Come with me and let's see how much of this amazing city we can explore in just one day. We arrived in Busan in the late afternoon, so we didn't have the whole day ahead of us. But honestly, even the ride from the airport already felt like a part of the trip. Why did we come here to South Korea? Actually, we were not going here for a beach vacation or like for any leisure activities. The reason we came here is because in China our visa was about to expire. So we have a business visa and we need to renew it every 2 months. So we need to exit the country and then enter again. And we were searching for some options and we realized that South Korea is very close to Qingdao. This is the city we are staying at in China. It's very close and it takes only 2 hours to get here to Busan, 2 hours flight. And yeah, so we came here and I really love this place. I wish we booked our stay for a little bit longer, maybe for 3 days to enjoy this beautiful beach. And the hotel is located right beside the beach and I see there are so many activities you can do beside the beach, different restaurants, delicious seafood. Yeah, actually we were planning to swim today, but the sea doesn't seem to be very calm, maybe a little bit later in the afternoon. And yeah, so we are enjoying this day. We are here only for 1 day and 2 nights and our flight is tomorrow, but I'll try to show you as much as I can what we do here in South Korea. Busan is actually the second largest city in South Korea after Seoul, and it's completely different in atmosphere. It's surrounded by mountains and the sea, which gives the city a really unique mix of beaches, skyscrapers, and nature all in one place. And of course, Busan is also famous for its seafood and huge fish markets. It's one of South Korea's busiest port cities. This is the hotel we are staying at. It's called Grab the Ocean. Really nice place. So, we are staying at the Grab the Ocean Hotel in Busan. And the best part is that the hotel is located right next to Songdo beach. Let's go to check if the water is warm, if we should swim this afternoon or not. Let's go. Woo, it's cold. It's very cold actually. It's not like in the Philippines. We stayed in Philippines for 6 months and like the water there was so warm. But in here it's not like extremely cold, but I would say it's not very warm either. But the longer you walk, the warmer it feels. But I love the view very much. Mountains around and yeah, so beautiful here. Why are you laughing at me? So,
the sea is blue.
And the sea is blue. And the grass is green and sand is golden and so
Buildings and
and so soft and nice.
some people walking and some jogging and some talking. Very exciting life in Korea.
My husband expected that I'm gonna create now a very informative video about South Korea.
have time.
Yeah. I'm just enjoying the moment. Don't disturb me.
And honestly, after arriving here, I immediately understood why people like staying in this area. Songdo is one of those places where you can have the beach, the ocean, restaurants, cafes, walking paths, and beautiful views all within a very small area. You really don't have to go far to feel like you're on a beach vacation. Songdo beach itself is actually quite special because it has a long history. It is known as Korea's first official beach, opening back in 1913. So, this isn't just a beautiful beach, it's also one of the historic seaside areas in Busan. And what I really liked about it is that it doesn't feel too overwhelming. You have the city right behind you, but at the same time, you're surrounded by nature. There is also a beautiful coastal walkway here, so you can just take a slow walk along the water and enjoy the scenery. And if you're looking for something a little more exciting, Songdo is famous for its marine cable car. It crosses the water between Songdo Beach and Annam Park, and from the cable car you can get really amazing views of the coastline. Another attraction here is the Songdo Skywalk, where you can walk out over the water. So even if you're not planning a full day at the beach, there are plenty of things to do around here. And I have to show you this little surprise we found while walking around. Look at this waterfall. It's not something I was expecting to see right next to the beach. There is this beautiful little landscaped area with a waterfall, rocks, greenery, and this adorable turtle statue right beside it. I think that's one of the things I enjoy about exploring cities like Busan. You can have a list of all the famous attractions, but sometimes the little places you discover completely by accident end up being some of your favorite moments. After spending some time around the beach, we decided it was time to explore the local restaurants and, of course, find something to eat. And this was actually one of the first things that caught my attention. Almost every restaurant we passed had big aquariums right at the entrance, filled with live fish, oysters, and all kinds of seafood. But then I noticed these really long, strange looking fish that honestly looked like little snakes. I had no idea what they were at first, but they are actually called hagfish. And apparently they are a pretty big deal in Busan. They are one of the local seafood specialties and are usually grilled either with salt or a spicy sauce. I have to say, seeing them alive in the aquarium was definitely an interesting experience. They don't exactly look like the kind of thing you immediately think, oh, I would love to have that for lunch. But this is something I really enjoyed about walking around Busan. You can actually see the seafood before it ends up on your plate. There were also so many little coffee shops and restaurants along the streets.
우리 한정식집에 가가 밥 먹고 밥 먹고 시내에서 먹으려다가 이거 가자 이래가지고
And I noticed another thing that seems to be a big part of eating out in Korea, cooking your food right at the table. You will see restaurants where they bring all your ingredients, and instead of giving you a finished dish, you actually cook it yourself on a hot grill or hot plate right in front of you. And I think that's such a fun way to eat, especially when you are with family or friends. Korean barbecue, for example, is all about grilling the meat at the table adding your favorite sides and sauces, and eating as you go. It's not just about getting your food as quickly as possible. The cooking itself becomes part of the experience. You're sitting around the table, talking, watching the food cook, and sharing everything together. And honestly, I really like this concept. There is something satisfying about watching your food cook right in front of you and deciding exactly when it's ready. So, we had plenty of choices around us: seafood, barbecue, cafes, and all kinds of Korean food. But now came the difficult part: what are we actually going to eat? By this point, our son was extremely tired and definitely ready for his nap, so unfortunately, Korean barbecue wasn't really an option for us. Sitting down and cooking food at the table sounded great, but with the sleepy little one, we knew we needed something a little quicker and easier. So we kept walking around looking for a restaurant where we could have a proper lunch without making the whole experience too difficult.
Look at this one, this one is so long. Look.
And then, completely unexpectedly, we came across something interesting right along the seashore. There was a health-related festival happening right at the beach. There were different booths and activities set up along the waterfront, and people were stopping by to learn more about health and wellness and even take part in some of the checks and activities. And I love moments like this when traveling, because you can plan your entire day, but sometimes the most interesting things are the ones you simply stumble upon. We stopped for a little while to see what was happening, and then it was back to our original mission: find food before the little guy completely falls asleep. Finally, after all that searching, we found a nice little restaurant close to our hotel, which was honestly perfect because our son was getting more and more tired. We decided to keep it simple and ordered shrimp fritters and a pork cutlet set. And then, let me tell you, it looked pretty simple when it arrived, but everything was so delicious. In the afternoon, after lunch and a little rest, we headed back to the beach. And honestly, this was exactly what we needed. We took some time to slow down, enjoy the ocean, and just relax. Our son could play and enjoy the beach while we took in the beautiful views around us. The afternoon light made everything look even more beautiful, and it was so nice to have some time without rushing from one attraction to another.
We had a very beautiful day today here in Busan, Korea. We took a walk, we tried food at the local restaurant. Also, we spent a very nice day here on the beach. It's really nice. My son played a lot and I also enjoyed this beautiful time. Unfortunately, it was too short. We couldn't explore the whole city in one day, but it was really nice to stay here. And I hope to come back here once again.
Sometimes when you're traveling, you feel like you have to constantly see something new. But with only one day in Busan, we also wanted to actually enjoy the city, not just check places off the list. So we stayed at Songdo beach for a while, enjoyed the ocean, and simply had a relaxing afternoon by the water. As the sun started to go down, Busan slowly began to transform. The beach that looked so bright and peaceful during the day suddenly became something completely different. One by one, the city lights started coming on, and the whole coastline began to glow. The tall skyscrapers were lighting up against the dark sky, creating this beautiful city skyline right along the ocean. And this is when I realized that Busan has a completely different personality at night. From the beach, we could see the lights stretching across the coastline, with the mountains and buildings creating this amazing backdrop. The reflections of the lights on the water made everything look even more magical. And then we noticed a Songdo skywalk, which was beautifully illuminated at night. The little cable car cabins were moving slowly across the dark sky, with their lights glowing as they traveled over the water. It almost looked like a string of little glowing bubbles floating above the ocean. And with the illuminated skyline behind them, the whole scene felt almost cinematic. I think this is one of my favorite things about traveling, seeing the same place at different times of the day and realizing that it can feel like a completely different city. And Busan at night definitely did not disappoint.
Maybe the reason they
This
closed
is-
it because they gave some safety
Oh, because it's
messages. Yeah.
it's windy today.
Yeah. They closed it because of that. You on this ship?
This is Titanic. Arianchik, are you the captain?
그거를 상황을 보고 뭐 이렇게 보는 게 아니고 서로가 던지는 말가운데서도 기대가 있을 수도 있단 말이야. 그래서 그게 인간을 조심해야
So where are we going? Where are we going, Captain?
말도 안 소리야.
Where are you going?
야 임마, 그 니가 뜨면
Are we going back to China or Canada
Where
or
is
where?
our ship going?
나는 이 나는
Captain, where are we going? To the Philippines or where? To China?
To Canada.
To Canada? All right.
Captain Jack, would you like to eat some dinner?
I'm
Captain Arian, would you like to eat some dinner?
not yet.
Not yet?
No.
Okay, let's see.
Not running here.
나도 듣고 있어. 그것으로. 하이.
Hi. Hi.
우리가 이야기한다. 아, 근데 너 대나무 막 이렇게.
You speaking Korean already? Four?
Four.
Where? Here.
다음에 여기 타는데 원래는 10% 해야 되는데 우리가 5%로 조금 변경했는데 이제 일반적으로 타고
엄마 네모 사이드.
To learn the name of this different type of fish.
It's very big fish.
Do you know the name of this fish?
No.
No? Okay. What type of fish do you like the most?
That's a good.
The one that says good night Ariante?
I haven't seen like so many fish in the aquariums at the restaurants yet. Big fish.
After spending the evening walking along the beach and enjoying all the beautiful lights, we were definitely ready for dinner. So instead of going somewhere else, we decided to have dinner right at our hotel. And honestly, after a long day of exploring Busan, it was exactly what we needed. We had a really delicious meal, enjoyed some time together, and finally got a chance to relax. Our day started with exploring the city, walking around Songdo beach, discovering local restaurants, and enjoying the coastline. And now we were ending it with a nice dinner and a beautiful view. It was a pretty busy day, but we definitely made the most of our time in Busan. And now we are on our way back to the airport, and I honestly can't help but think about how much we managed to see in such a short time. We only had one day in Busan, but even in that one day, I feel like we got just a little taste of what South Korea has to offer. We experienced the beautiful coastline, walked around Songdo beach, tried some local food, saw the city come alive at night, and got a small glimpse into everyday life here. But if there is one thing I learned from this trip, is that there is so much more to discover. Korea has such a fascinating mix of modern cities, beautiful nature, incredible food, history, and culture. And honestly, I think I would need at least a week, probably much more, to really slow down, explore different places, and actually feel the country rather than just passing through. But maybe that's the best part of traveling. You don't have to see everything in one trip. Sometimes you just get a little taste and leave already wanting to come back. So, Korea, I hope this isn't goodbye. Just see you next time.
북코리아에서 하시고 오늘부터 시기 하이브
약 300m 앞 시속 50km 고정형 이동식 단속 지점입니다.
The fall already starting here, look.
약 300m 앞 시속 50km 단속 구간입니다. 약 300m 앞 시속 50km 과속 신호 위반 단속 구간입니다.
It was
Did
short,
you?
a nice day. Right? Yeah. Did you like Korea?
Yeah.
What did you do yesterday?
It was like this fish.
Oh, there was a fish like this. Okay. Are you excited to go back home in China?
Yeah. А то сюда небо кривилося.
Кривилася же сьогодні. Да? Навіть так цікаво, да?
Що там була така чорна, як дядь.